Hey, what's up, y'all? I wanted to talk about I want to talk about forgiveness and the importance of forgiveness in healing. Oh, thank you. Why let me go in there nice? The importance of forgiveness when it comes to healing and protecting your energy field, your aura. There's nothing more important than protecting your energy. Your energy is more valuable than money. It's more valuable than any of the things that people worship and feel as though make them important in this world. It's more important than all of that, okay? And so, in order to protect your energy, you have to stay in a high vibration. And you can't be in a high vibration if you are not. You can't be in a high vibration if you are in this energy of unforgiveness. I'm sure many of you have heard the saying that you don't forgive for the other person, you forgive for yourself. It's not saying that what that person did is okay and that you're saying like, oh, okay, well, you've done all of these evil and wicked things to me. So, no big deal. I forgive you. Let's reconcile now. Forgiveness is not about reconciling. If you know the people that, you need to forgive have done horrific things to you, of course, you do not want to reconcile. Forgiveness is about letting go. It's about letting go. I looked up the definition of forgiveness earlier, and it was basically saying that forgiveness means to let go of any feelings of resentment, bitterness, hostility, pretty much any negative emotions that you have towards another person. That's what forgiveness is. You're letting go of any negative, low vibrating emotions that you have towards your offender. It doesn't mean that you reconcile with them. It just means that you simply let go of any negative emotions associated with that person and what they did to you. And the reason why you want to do that is because it's going to help to heal you. I have been having these issues with my enemies entering my dreams. They can't, I've shut them completely off from my energy. Like as far as being physically around me, they know that I want nothing to do with them and that I will never, ever reconcile with them. So they are trying to enter my dreams when I sleep and trying to, do their hoodoo, voodoo, boo-boo, doo-doo crap and try to change the way that I feel about them, which is never going to work. Because even if I do in the dream realm accept them, as soon as I get up, I am you know, stopping and ceasing any type of, spell work that they did in the dream room. I'm blocking and I'm stopping it as soon as I wake up. So it's not going to work, but they like to do things, the same thing over and over again, and expect a different result, which is the definition of insanity. But anyway, I've noticed that they continuously enter my dreams, and I'm like, I was talking with my higher self and asking, why are they still in my energy? Why can't I get them out of my dreams? Why is it that, these people are still able to do this? And in the dream, I kicked them out of my dream. I kicked them out of my house in my dream. And they were resisting, but I did get them out. And I noticed that the doors to my home were not stable. They were like patio doors. And the locks were like these, like light switches, like the kind of light switches you may see in an office building. And I'm like, this isn't going to keep them out. And I'm thinking, like, these doors are not secure. And I knew that my dream was letting me know that there is something within me that's not stable, that is allowing them to get in. And in order to secure my mind, my mind, which is the door to my home, which is myself, I have to do something. There's something that I'm not doing that is creating this instability. And so I understood the symbology in a dream. And I asked my higher self, what am I doing that I need to stop doing? What am I doing wrong? And my higher self let me know that I need to forgive my enemies. That's opening up the door. And also, my focus was on them. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that saying, energy goes where attention flows. So let me tell you what I was doing. I am a seer, okay? I see things through my dreams. That is how I get a lot of information and how I find out what my enemies are doing. I have the ability to see things through dreams. And so, I've been watching like online tarot readings just to get confirmation, and I've been watching these videos on, they call, the people our enemies karmics and stuff, what the karmic syndrome. And I've become obsessed with watching these videos about what they're doing. And my higher self is like, stop that. They can't harm you. They've been trying to harm you all your life since you've been born. If they haven't killed you now, and they never will, they can't. You wouldn't be here if they had power to do anything to you. And so stop being concerned about what they're doing and focus on what you need to be doing. Because you are keeping that energetic tie together by focusing on them. That was why, in the dream, my doors were unstable and why I couldn't keep them out of my dreams, because I am consistently thinking about them through these tarot card readings online. And that's no shade to the readers out there who are focusing on, what our enemies are doing. But I know that my higher self told me to stop watching because it's not benefiting. What if they can't do anything to me? Why am I worrying about what they're doing? Who cares what they're doing? Everything that they do is going to backfire. So I'm untouchable. I am protected. So why am I worrying about what they're doing? It's like, those cages that people go into, like they go into the ocean in these cages to watch, sharks and stuff, and the sharks can't bite through, the cage. So the person is safe inside of it, but they're still afraid. They're still worrying, well, what if or what? But the cage was made to protect the person or people inside of it from being harmed by sharks. So when you're in there, you don't have to be afraid because you know that they can't penetrate. Their teeth will not be able to penetrate the cage. And that's an example of what my higher self was trying to convey to me. That your enemies cannot harm you. You are too well protected. So, all they can do is fuck with your mind. They can't do anything to you physically. All they can do is fuck with your mind. And what you focus on is what you attract. What you focus on is what you attract. That's why people, they are trying to manifest something, they put their attention on it, because that attention is energy, and they're sending that energy out to magnetize what they want to enter into their lives. So if you want to get rid of your enemies, then you got to stop focusing. And so I'm going to start watching these videos. I'm not watching. You know what I'm saying? Even the positive ones, the ones that, focus on positive things in your life, they end up creeping in, that energy ends up creeping in those readings. So I'm not watching any tarot card readings anymore. Like I'm freeing myself from that addiction. And I'm not going to focus on them anymore. I'm not going to think about them anymore because I don't want to continue having this energetic tie to them. So my higher self was telling me that I have to release my thoughts about them. I don't care what the fuck they're doing. They can't harm me. They can't do anything to me. They cannot harm my children because my children are under my umbrella of protection. So they can't harm my children. They cannot harm me. So I'm safe. My kids are safe. I don't need, so if I'm safe, what do I have to be concerned about what they're doing? Who gives a shit? So I'm not focusing on that anymore. I'm not watching those videos because I know that watching those videos are not really going to benefit me. Every time I watch them, it gets me upset. Like there's no benefit for me to watch these videos because it gets me upset or it gets me anxious. It's all negative emotions that are associated with watching these videos, and that's pretty much doing the opposite of what I want to be done energetically. It's not helping me at all. So if it's not helping me, then there's no reason for me to watch it. So I'm done. I'm not watching those videos. So my higher self told me to let that go. Do not watch those videos because that is placing an energy attachment between you and your enemies because you're putting your energy towards them and thinking about them. That's what they do when they're doing the dark magic. They're focusing on me. They may have a photo of me that they watch and look at, you know, or they just think of me in their mind. And then they're setting their intentions and doing all that hoodoo shit that they do. And they're focusing all that energy, all those thoughts and emotions towards me. And then it gets blocked and backfires right back on time. But anyway, yeah, so I said I'm going to stop doing it.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I just wanted to add to this message that I am not saying do not listen to tarot card readings. That is not what I'm saying. I am very thankful for all the tarot card readers that are out there because they are helping people who, like myself, there was a time when I was very ignorant about these type of things, and it is because of the tarot card community on here that I realized what was going on with me as far as the spell work. I had my higher self for a while had been trying to tell me this, but I was in denial about it, and I kept hearing messages or seeing titles on YouTube with tarot card readers talking about dark magic, and I just didn't want to believe that was something that was actually going on with me. And so I had to finally come to terms with it, and when I did come to terms with it and I started listening to the videos, it really helped me. And then I learned how to protect myself and to protect my energy. So if it wasn't for these readers out here, exposing these wicked people, I would still be suffering and going through a whole bunch of, horrible things, and just thinking that I'm just a person who has bad luck, so I'm not telling people not to listen. I'm telling you what my higher self told me to do because it was not benefiting me. I already knew what was going on. I learned how to protect my energy, and so there was no need for me to continue to listen about the same shit that they keep doing over and over again. It's just a different day. They're still doing the same stuff and expecting a different result. It's, unless there's something, if my higher self lets me know that there's something that is important that I need to listen to, through a reading, then I will do that. Other than that, no, I'm not going to listen to it, unless my higher self tells me to. And I'm not telling people not to do that. I'm not telling people not to listen. You listen to your higher self and what your higher self tells you to do. Just remember and keep in mind that energy goes where attention flows, or energy flows where attention goes. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, just keep that in mind, you know, and do what your higher self is telling you to do. Okay? All right. Now, back to the message.
And also, my higher self was telling me that I need to forgive, because I noticed that whenever my thoughts towards them, the feelings that will come out are not positive. You know, they're not positive. And that's, understandable when you have groups of people who hate you for no reason other than you choosing you and choosing to love yourself and not be, an energetic source to them. You know, you refuse to allow toxic people in your life that are a bunch of fucking witches and warlocks and energy vampires. And you choose to love yourself and remove yourself and your energy from these people. And they're pissed off about it, that's their problem. But energy goes where attention flows. So in order to sever those energetic ties that we have with our enemies, we have to let go of all emotional attachments, thoughts that we have towards these people. And one of the ways to sever these ties is through forgiveness. And that's a difficult thing to do. Trust me, I am not there yet. Okay? This is something that I'm currently working on. But I know it's necessary. I know it's part of the mind alchemy journey. Okay? Healing can only happen when you forgive. You have to let go of those negative emotions. It's not saying that you are accepting, wickedness and the evil that they've done and saying it's okay that you did that. You're holding them accountable for it, but you are not holding any negative emotion towards them about that. And one of the ways that's helping me to do this is to understand the fact that hurting people hurt people. And heal people help you, okay? And that's why I want to help. I'm not completely healed, but I've come on. Okay? And we need to understand that the energy of love is the most powerful energy in existence. It is the pure energy of the divine. And when we walk in that energy, there is no negative energy. There is no amount of witchcraft that is more powerful. That is our protection, the energy of love. Okay? That is our protection. That is what is going to shield us from our enemies. And understanding that these people are not healed. And that's why they do the things that they do. And, an unhealed person is going to do unhealthy things. Someone that is not healthy in their mind and in their emotions, you cannot expect them to behave in a healthy, loving way. This is the nature of people who are not healed. They're going to do fucked up shit. We have been in positions where we were harmed, where we were unhealed, where we, completely unhealed. I'm sure, many of you still have some healing that needs to be done. Where, this is a continuous work. But you've come a long way. And, these people are going to naturally behave in toxic ways because they are toxic. And it may help to view them just like, I'm going to use this as an example. Okay, you're out in a boat, right, in the middle of the ocean, and you decide to go deep diving. So you got your gear on, you jump out into the ocean, and there are sharks out there, and one of the sharks comes after you and ends up biting one of your limbs off. Are you going to get mad at the shark for doing that? If you are, that's pretty silly, because the shark is doing what sharks do. You're in its environment. And you know the nature of sharks. Sharks are carnivorous sea creatures. They eat meat. They saw you and they saw food. And so they attacked. But you can't get mad at the shark for doing that. It's within its nature. So what do? You learn the lesson. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going to go in its environment. I'm not going to be in its environment so it can attack me. So you remove yourself from that environment so that you can stay safe and protected. So you do the same thing with your enemies. You know what I'm saying? You understand that they're doing what they do because it's in their nature to do it. They are not healed. So you can't expect an unhealed person to behave in a way that's normal and that's healthy. Just like you can't expect that shark to act outside of its nature. It's going to do what sharks do. So the best thing for you to do is to stay out the damn ocean where they are at. And you do the same thing with your enemies. You don't deal with them. If you know these people are toxic, if you know these people hate you and want, to harm you, you don't be around them. You stay away from them. And if you are away from them physically, then you need to stay away from them energetically. And the way to stay away from them energetically is to heal from the pain that they have caused you. And part of healing from the pain is to forget. Understand that they are operating in their lower nature because they are not healed. Hurting people hurt people. And so you come in the energy of compassion and understanding. That's the energy of love. And you start praying for those people. That's powerful. That's powerful. It's powerful to go ahead and understand, see things from a higher perspective, not from your human perspective, not from your ego's perspective, but from your higher self's perspective, and realize these people are doing what they're doing because they're not you. And so you come in that divine frequency of love and understanding and say, you know what? These people need to hear. So instead of being angry with them, I understand that they can't do anything other than what they're doing because they are unhealed. Because they are toxic. And so I pray that these people will heal. I pray that they will go within and that they will see the error of their ways, see that the problem is within them. It's not in us. It's not in, what they think the problem is. Whether it is something that had happened to them in the past. They want to just blame everything outside of themselves and not have accountability for their own lives. You know, we want them to heal. We want them to take accountability for their actions and not blame circumstances of people for the way that they are, for the way that their life is, but that they will begin to go in and see that they are the problem. It's not us. It's not their circumstances, because we've all gone through shit, crazy shit, right? But we're not like that because we choose to do the hit. We choose to evolve. We choose to go within. We choose to see that we are the ones that need healing. That we are the ones that are the masters of our lives. And when we don't realize that we have this victim mentality, then we're giving away our power. And that's what they've done. They have given their power away to us by making us the focus instead of making themselves the focus. And when we come to an understanding of this, and that these people just need to heal, you know, and this is hard. I am not saying that this is going to be easy. Trust me. I'm not there yet, but I'm working on it. Because these motherfuckers have done the most horrific, wicked shit. You know, and my humanity does not want to forgive them. My humanity wants to hate. But then, if I stay in that energy, then I'm no better than them. And that energy, because they haven't healed, has consumed them and caused them to do all the wicked and evil things that they have done and they are doing. And we don't want to end up becoming like them, because those unhealed emotions are like a cancer. And it can spread and make you sick in your mind, in your emotions, in your body. And it can turn you into your enemies. And that's not something that we want to evolve and want to grow. And so we have to not allow our egos to control us, but to let the divine within us control us. And the divine is love. Doesn't mean that the divine does not operate in dark energies, because justice, you know, maybe require, you know, certain things happening, negative things happening to, you know, our enemies. That's karma. And so we want to allow the laws of God, the laws of the universe, to do what they do and not interfere in things. You know, we operate in the energy of the divine and energy of love. All the wickedness and evil that they do are automatically going to backfire. It's automatically returned to them. Because it can't go to us. We're not a magnet for it. We're not an energetic match to their energy. And the wickedness and evil things that they are doing, we are not a match to that energetically. So it can't penetrate our auric field. So that energy has to go somewhere. So where is it going to go? It's going to go right back to the masses. Our job is to walk in the energy of love, because that's going to help us protect our energetic field, and it's going to help us to heal, which is important. So seeing your enemies, you know, in a different way, through the eyes of God, and that these people do what they do because they're not healed. It is in their nature to be toxic and to do toxic things because they are toxic and they have not healed. And so coming in that understanding is what's going to help us to forgive them and what's going to help us to heal. They can only do what's in their nature. You know, you can't expect a lion to be vegan or a carnivorous animal. You can't expect that carnivorous animal to become opposite of carnivorous. But you know what I'm talking about. You can't expect um, an animal that eats meat to start eating herbivore. That's what it is, herbivore. You can't expect a carnivorous animal to become an herbivore. A lion is a carnivorous animal. It's going to eat meat. So, if you're in that lion's environment and, that lion attacks you, you can't get mad at the lion. It's doing what's in its nature to do. That lion was hungry. You know what I'm saying? It wanted something to eat, so it took a piece of your meat. Whose fault is that? You shouldn't have been around the damn lion. You know what I'm saying? You should have left the lion alone. Learn the lesson and then remove your energy from those people. You can't get mad at them for being toxic. It's in their nature. They doing it because they're not healed. Unhealed people, we can't expect unhealed people to act normal. Just like we can't expect a shark to not attack us if we're in its environment. It's going to do what's in its nature to do. You can't expect a lion to become an herbivore. It's not in its nature to do that. If you step on a snake and it bites your ankle, you can't get mad at the snake. It's in the nature of the snake to do that. So what do? When your enemies attack you, when your enemies do these things, you can't get mad at them. It's in their nature to do it. You just remove yourself physically from them and remove yourself energetically from them. And you do that by not focusing on them and what they're doing. If you're a divine being, you're protected. And those of you who have not developed a relationship with your bloodline ancestors, please do that. Please do that. I don't know. I have a very powerful ancestral team that I work with. I don't know all their names or anything. But my higher self compelled me, like my ancestors called me to them years ago. And my higher self told me that, because I didn't know what ancestors, that were assigned to me. So my higher self was like, make sure that when you call upon them, because you don't know them specifically, you say your high vibrating ancestors that love you and want what's best for you. And I still do that to this day. I have certain bloodline ancestors that, work with me. And so I make sure that I don't just call on all the ancestors in general, because ancestors are just deceased loved ones. They are in the spirit realm. And not all ancestors are good. Just like you got toxic family members right now who, hate you and are conspiring against you. You think when they die, all of a sudden they gonna change? No. That unless they change before they die, their energy is gonna still be fucked up. So, if you don't have any ancestors that you work with, I would advise that you do develop a relationship with your ancestors. Set up an altar, cleanse some candles, get some sage, burn it. They even got sage spray now, so you don't even have to burn the sage. You can just buy some sage spray, off of a website online or something, and cleanse, energetically cleanse your candles. Set a particular area for your altar. You know, and just light the candle after you cleanse it, and just ask for your high vibrating. You don't want no low vibrating ancestors. You want some high vibrating ancestors that love you and want what's best for you. And ask them, the ones that have been assigned to you, just talk to them and let them know that you thank them for protecting you and that you want to have a relationship. And they will reveal themselves to you in whatever way they choose to do so. Because our ancestors are very important in this journey that we're in. They are our guardians. They are our protectors. And so when we have that relationship with them, we can ask them for help. We can ask them to defend us, and they will. So back to the subject matter at hand here. Forgiveness. Seeing your enemies in a more compassionate way and understanding that they cannot do anything other than what they're doing, because these people are unhealed. They are toxic, and some of them are even demon possessed. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Some of these people are demon possessed, which can happen when you don't heal and you refuse to heal, and you stay a victim, and and your ego is so distorted. You don't want to empower yourself. You want to have something to feel bitter about. You want to have something to be mad at, or someone to be mad at. And so you will, instead of healing and doing the inner work, going to a therapist or whatever, to try to heal yourself, you hold on to the anger. You hold on to the bitterness. And these things, like I said, these emotions become like a cancer, and they just start spreading, and it gets worse and worse and worse, to the point where you become a magnet to demons. And some people, they are so far gone that they have willingly opened themselves to demonic possession, which is really sad. Which is really sad. But some of these people are not even in their right mind. Like it's not even them anymore. It's the demons, the evil spirits that are living inside of them, causing them to do the stuff, which all comes from not healing. So seeing our enemies in that frame of mind, and hopefully will help you to see things from a higher perspective, and instead of hating them, wanting them to pay for what they did, holding on to all these negative emotions towards them, you will be in a place of compassion, understanding, and realizing these people need to be healed. And so I understand that me holding on to these negative emotions is not benefiting me. It's weakening my energetic field, which is my protection. And I don't want my energetic field to be weakened, because that's going to cause, the attacks that they're doing against me to come through. And it just doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to hold on to those negative emotions. When you pray for your enemies, that is powerful. For a long time, I couldn't understand that concept. And I'm not saying that the Bible is the only book that speaks on that, but just coming from a Christian background, and remembering the verse that speaks of loving your enemies, praying for those that hurt you. I could never understand that because I'm like, why the hell would I want to pray for someone that's harmed me and has done the most horrific things to me? Why would I want to do that? And for a long time, I was like, that's some bullshit. That's some old weak ass shit. Why the hell would I forgive anyone that has done the horrible things that these people have done and are doing to me, and even attacking my kids? Why the fuck would I do that? But now I understand, because there's healing power. There's healing power in that. There's healing power in that. Because forgiving and walking in an energy of love and compassion for your enemies frees you. Having all of those negative emotions keeps you in bondage energetically, and it keeps you attached to your enemies. So if you want to free yourself energetically from them, and you want to be free and healed and evolve, into your divinity, then you have to learn how to see things from a higher perspective and to heal through forgiveness. No longer holding on and harboring these negative emotions associated with your enemies and what they have done, but understanding that they can't do anything better. You know what I'm saying? These people cannot. It's impossible. Even if they did do some things that were good, they can't stay in that energy because it's just not in their nature to do it. A lion, if it doesn't have anything to eat, if there's no meat around, it might chew on some grass. But as soon as that meat presents itself, it's going to tear it up. And the same with these people. They might do something here and there that's positive, but they can't stay in that energy because it's not in their nature. And so I'm hoping that you seeing and understanding the fact that these people can only do what is in their nature to do because they are not healed. Healed people cannot behave like a healed person. Crazy people, and a lot of these people are mentally insane because they got demons in them, and they just are not normal. And you can't expect people who are crazy to act normal. That's insane. It's insane to even think that a abnormal person can act normal. Someone that's insane, you can't expect someone that's insane to act rational. And these people, by the things that they have done, it's easy to come to the conclusion that these motherfuckers are out of their minds. They're crazy. They're insane. Like, no sane person would do the shit that they've done. And so in understanding that, you don't expect them to do anything other than what they're doing. And also understanding from a higher perspective that things are not happening to you, they're happening for you. These people are not more powerful than the divine. You know, they are fulfilling a role in our lives, in our evolution. You know, like I was saying in another video, that our enemies are like our drill sergeants in boot camp. They have been assigned to us to be our nemesis, to do the dumb shit that they're doing, because those things are what is helping us to master ourselves and become mastermind alchemists. It's helping us become stronger and preparing us for our mission here on earth. So these people, before we even incarnated, there were agreements that were made, and these people have a role to play in our lives. You know, a lot of those things that they have done have been a catalyst for us to help us in different ways. For me, they have been a catalyst to help me to do what I'm doing now, which is helping people. You know, those experiences that I've experienced and what I'm experiencing now is my initiation into, you know, being a light worker and helping people. And those of you who are also light workers, you know, our enemies are our catalyst towards, you know, helping and having the experience necessary to be able to help people who are hurting. So if we can see it in that way and understand that they are tools that the divine are using to help us, to train us in the work that the divine wants to do through us, then that understanding can cause us to let go of our anger and our bitterness that we have towards our enemies, knowing that God is in control. And if God is allowing it, it's for a divine purpose. And even if we might not understand what that purpose is yet, we know that God's plans for us are not for evil. They are plans of goodness to give us a future and a hope. Okay? If we are divine beings and the divine lives within us, if you have a soul in a relationship with your higher self, your higher self is the divine within you. And do you think that God living inside of you wants to, wants all of these fucked up things to happen to you just for the purpose of experiencing it? No, there's always a reason behind it. The divine is living out its life through you. So it wants good for your life, but it sees things from its perspective, understanding that challenges and all of the things that we experience that we see as negative, there is always a positive, reason behind it. It's always for our good. And our enemies are tools that the divine is using for our good. If we can see that these people are being used by God to help us to grow, to help us to evolve, to help us to become the best versions of ourselves, to help us to evolve into our divinity. They're here to be catalysts for us in the work that the divine has for us, our mission on this planet. We're gaining the experience that we need in order to help others. And those of us who have not been assigned to do anything on a large scale, on a global scale, I believe that we all are light workers. I think that's the intent for the divine in all of us, to help people to, even if it's at our job, it doesn't have to be on a grand scale. I think our light is supposed to shine wherever we go. And it doesn't have to be a specific mission, but just our role as divine beings, who have been enlightened and have gained knowledge of self and understand who they are. It's our role to shine our lights in the darkness of this world. And so understanding that our enemies play a purpose in our life, hopefully will help in how we view them, so that we can forgive. We understand that our enemies are operating in a low vibration because they have not healed. And so, whatever is in the mind is going to be whatever is in a person's mind, their actions are going to be a reflection of that. So if the mind is sick, then the actions of that individual is going to be sick. So understanding that hopefully will help you to see your enemy in a different way, and to see them as sick individuals who need to be healed. And instead of, wanting to curse them and wanting all of these bad things to happen to them. Bad things are going to happen. That's karma. Everybody, the law of cause and effect is for everyone, including us. So they're not going to escape from being punished. But what's going to free us is not focusing on them getting punished and paying for all the shit that they did. It's in having compassion and understanding that these people are doing what they're doing because their minds are sick and they need healing. And so we're going to come into the energy, not of our ego, but of our higher self, of the divine that lives within us, to pray for these people, to pray for their healing. Because that's why they're doing what they're doing, because they're not healed. That they will turn to God, repent, and ask God to come back, their souls to come back and live in them, and to help them to heal and help them to go within and do the necessary things that they need to do in order to heal and to stop doing the wickedness and evil things that they're doing, and understand that they're not getting away with anything. You not praying for their downfall isn't going to keep them from experiencing karma. The purpose for you doing this is to protect your energy field, which, like I said earlier, your energy is more valuable than anything in this world. In the spirit realm, that is the currency. That is the currency. And so you need to protect that energy by any means necessary. And healing through forgiveness is what's going to help you to protect your energy. It's going to be that layer of protection, that Teflon layer of protection spiritually, that's going to make any spell work impenetrable to you. So Just for that reason alone, you want to forgive and you want to heal. You want to do the healing work, you know, necessary. Because yeah, I'm still healing. I am not there, but I know I need to do this. I need to operate in the energy of love, because that's going to help me to heal, and understanding compassion and realizing these people are only doing what's in their nature to do. They can't do anything else. And a lot of them are demon possessed. So if you have a demon living inside of you, you're not even you anymore. You're not even in control of your thoughts and your actions. That demon is. And so coming into that understanding is what's going to help to have compassion and to forgive. So I know it's hard, and I know, it can make you feel weak. Like, why should I forgive them? But understanding that letting go, it doesn't mean that you reconcile with these people. It's just letting go of the emotion, the negative emotional attachment that you have to these people is going to cut that energy tie towards them. And it's going to free you. It's going to free you and help you to heal, so that you don't end up becoming like these people, holding on to resentment and hatred and wanting them to pay. No, want them to heal. Don't want them to pay for what they did. Want them to heal. Allow the ancestors and the divine to take care of that in whatever way they feel is suitable and fitting. The divine is the one who takes out judgment, not us. So we trust and know, we should trust and know that the divine is a being of justice and fairness and judgment. It does not allow wickedness to prevail. And they will have to pay. If they're not already paying, they will have to pay for all the wickedness that they've done. But let's be in a higher energy and pray that all of the karma that they receive, as a result, it will cause them, it will be the catalyst for them to change themselves and to go within and to heal. Not like just wanting them to pay because we're pissed off at all the shit that they've done to us. And I'm not saying that they don't deserve to pay, but we want to be on a higher level of energy. We want to protect our energy field through love and the energy of love. And understand that these people are doing what they do because they can't do anything else. Their minds are sick. And so we want to forgive them, because we understand that these people are sick in the mind, and we can't expect people who are mentally sick to behave normally. They're going to do sick things. And so we want them not to do sick things anymore. And the way for them not to do sick things anymore is to heal. So we want to pray for their healing. Every time we find, stay away from, don't focus on them. Do not focus on them. Don't focus on what they're doing. Focus on what you're supposed to be doing with your life. Focus on the mission that God has for you to do. And don't focus on them. You're protected, so you don't need to focus on them. And when you do focus on them and those negative emotions start coming out, you take that time to remember these people are doing what's in their nature to do. They can't do anything else because they are not healed. So I pray for their healing. I pray. And notice how you feel when you do that. You start to feel the power of God within you starting to heal you. You feel the release of all of that bottled up anger and hostility and those negative energies start to feel lighter. So do it over and over and over again until you are completely free, until you actually feel that way, until you actually do feel compassion for your enemies, until you actually want them to heal. You start feeling bad for them, like, damn, that's really fucked up. That these people are so damaged that they have to do these things. But anyway, I'm at work. I got to go inside, so I got to stop talking. But I hope this message helps. I hope this message helps anyone out there who is, having problems with forgiving their enemies. I hope it helps you to understand the importance of forgiveness in your mind alchemy journey. All right. Peace, y'all.